Hello and welcome to my edition of BOGOs February 2024. So there's lots of information that doTERRA share. You can get your hands on a beautiful ebook. There's lots of information on their socials, on their websites. I think what's one of the loveliest things about my job is that I get to connect with people and share what I use the oils for and what works for me. This is a really quick recap from me on all of the pairings that are included in the BOGOs that launch on Friday, the 23rd of February until the 29th of February. Now, I always say the same thing, don't wait. I did last year, we were traveling and I didn't get in a couple of days and I missed out. I missed out on buying the bundle and I was gutted because there was valerian in there. So my message to you is don't delay if there's something in these bundles, in these pairings that speak to you. So I'm going to run through all of the pairings and what I personally use the oils for. As I say, there's lots of other ways that you can check. And I also really like to consult my books. But any of these books, Advanced Oils Magic is one of my favorites. And any of you that like the emotional properties of the oils, Essential Emotions is also a really lovely one. So let's get going. The very first pairing is when you buy Rose Touch, you get geranium free. Now, these two are such a beautiful pairing. So very, very fragrant. They're both florals. Interestingly, the doTERRA Rose is quite an unusual smell because the majority of other essential oils that are called rose are actually geranium. So this is so incredibly pure. It's the oil of divine love, and I really love to use it over my heart space here or the back of my neck. One of my other colleagues also talks about rose under the nose before you go to bed, but certainly in your heart space, you can use it as a perfume. It's really, really beautiful. It's called the oil of divine love, and it can really help with a loving intention towards any sort of interaction or relationship. It's a really beautiful oil and one of the most potent and precious that doTERRA do in their range. Buying it as a touch makes it much more affordable. Believe me, when you buy it as the neat bottle, it's quite a lot of money. This is a beautiful opportunity to get this all into your collection if you haven't already. So when you buy this one, you get geranium free. Now, geranium is the oil of trust. It has a beautiful floral scent as well. Some people find this quite strong. So my best tip is to pop this in your diffuser or into a rollable with orange, bergamot and frankincense. That is my absolute favorite way to use geranium. I also love it in cacao. If you're not into cacao, then in hot chocolate. If you like the taste of Turkish delight, one drop of this into a hot chocolate or a cacao is delicious. So rose and geranium is going to be really supportive for your emotions, love, trust, all of that kind of emotion. That is one of my favorite. I mean, to be honest, they're all my favorite. You're going to hear me say that a lot in this video. The next pairing is by Helichrysum Touch. You can see how much I use this one. And you're going to get Magnolia Touch Free. Now, I can't share that with you because my mum has it at the moment. Helichrysum Touch, it's a single oil. It's ready diluted, which means that you can roll it on. It's got a beautiful, quite unusual floral scent. But you will want this for your skin health. So when anyone in my house, and I have a house full of boys, one man, damage their skin in any way, and we need some sort of skin repair, we don't use any sort of antiseptic cream or anything else. Even before the plaster goes on, we use this. So it's been nicknamed liquid stitches. Now, I can't make medical claims, but I use this whenever there is any, excuse me, skin healing to be done. We either roll it on the area, or when my husband had a quite nasty cycle accident, he had a really quite big gash in his side, and it was just too tender to use the rollable. So I actually added it into a dropper bottle, and we literally just dropped it into the wound area, so we didn't need to do any rubbing. But I have literally watched this work on my finger. I caught my finger on the edge of it was a baked bean can, really, really quite deep, bled a lot. I used this immediately on it, and then I sat and held it, gave me an opportunity to sit down for a few minutes, sat and held it really, really close. You could not see where that gash was, but yet I could feel it when I was using my fingers. It was really strange, but helichrysum is definitely one for your first aid kit. Now, when you buy helichrysum, you'll get magnolia touch-free, and I love using magnolia with rose. I love the pairings they've put together for this. So magnolia is the oil of compassion, particularly motherly compassion. Now, as a mum of young boys, I find that my patience and my compassion, I want it at the maximum so that I can be the best mum I can be. It's sometimes tested. It's really, really helpful for any sort of emotional strain. I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. This time of year, my magnolia tree is starting to come into bloom. It's such a magical time to be getting this oil for free when you buy the helichrysum. So it's a floral, so you can add it into any other roller blend that you're making up. But I tend to roll on the rose first, say there and my heart space, and then I will roll the magnolia on top. So you're basically layering, supporting your body even more, and then getting the gorgeous aroma as well. So next BOGO includes a limited edition. So when you buy Roman chamomile, you will get Northern Escape for free. Now, Roman chamomile is known as a very calming, very soothing oil. It is very helpful for very young children, babies even. We actually add this into the boys' body wash at bath time. So I have Roman chamomile, lavender, and wild orange. It does a very good job. It's very, very supportive for skin, but it's also really helpful for being very calming and just bringing down some energy, calming the emotions. Now, its emotional properties, I've just checked in my essential emotions book, actually for purpose. It's a really lovely read if you have that book. If you don't, it's all about using the energy to do more of what you love, which I really like. So it's very sort of focused energy as well as very calming, sort of losing the distractions, which we could all do with some of. And then what you're going to get free is Northern Escape. Now, this is a limited edition. You can't actually buy this one. It is absolutely beautiful. It's called the Woodland Blend. So it has lots of tree oils. It has juniper. It has some florals in there as well. You'll be able to look at what's in it in the doTERRA booklet. I'm not going to spend time listing what you can read somewhere else, but I really love putting this in the diffuser. So it's similar to Balance, but it's got a bit of a stronger aroma profile. So it's going to do a very, very grounding job for you. It's like walking through a woodland. It's really very beautiful. It's got some citrus in there as well. If I had my glasses nearby, I'd be able to read it for you. It's got clove in there, which is the oil of boundaries. It's got Siberian fir, it's got frankincense, it's got lavender. It's a very powerful blend and really nice if you're quite an outdoorsy sort of nature enjoying person and it's raining like today, you could pop this in the diffuser and really get that feel of being outside. So that's a limited edition oil that you can't normally get, which is really nice to have in the BOGOs. The next pairing is your green cleaning saviours. So when you buy Abode, you get Purify for free. Now, Abode has only recently been added into the UK collection. It's been in America for a while, and I was watching this hotly. It's called the Refreshing Blend. And the lovely thing about this is it does have all of the cleansing oils that you want to be using in your green cleaning for when you're getting rid of all the chemicals in your home. And you still want to make sure that there's none of those nasty things lurking around, being compliant. But it's actually got a really lovely, quite sweet and spicy smell. Someone likened it to hot cross buns, which I think is really interesting. This goes in my diffuser sometimes if I feel like I want to really cleanse the air. But where I use this the most is in my laundry. So I add this into my laundry. I make my own laundry products. Come to our green cleaning session, free session next Wednesday, and you'll find out how I do that. But I add a few drops of this into my laundry detergent. And then the wool balls that I put in my tumble dryer, I add a few drops of this in there, which means that my laundry comes out smelling, not massively, but smelling of Abode. Just a few drops in both stages. It's incredible. So when you buy Abode, you get Purify for free, which I also use in my green cleaning. I actually think these BOGOs were created for me because they're literally everything that I use. So Purify, these go into my toilet bomb. So I also make my own toilet cleaner. It's so easy. It's literally 3 ingredients and then your oil of choice. So this one has a bit more of a herby profile. Again, I'll let you read what's in it in the doTERRA ebook. So this is also incredibly cleansing. Another really lovely way I like to use this is to drop it onto a couple of drops on a piece of kitchen roll in the bottom of my bin. Just, we have quite a big bin, and yeah, anyway, it gets rid of the stinky smells, but very, very, very cleansing. And when you're moving away from the chemicals in your home cleaners, you just want to be sure that it's doing the job, don't you? And everything in this Purify blend has those cleansing properties. So those two are everything that you need to either start green cleaning or really add some power to your green cleaning. The very last pairing is Citrus Spring, which is completely new to the UK, so I can't show you it, but I have looked up what's in it. Lavender bergamot, juniper berry, Douglas fir, cedarwood, clary, litsea. So Citrus Spring, it's going to be very, very uplifting energy. So I will be having it on in the mornings when it's not very bright and sunny outside, or I will be using it in my diffuser to really lift the energy. Again, it's going to be a very outdoors kind of spring smell, really. Really excited to get hold of that. And then when you buy that blend, you will get Motivate Touch. So again, I don't have the Touch, but Touch is one of these that are already diluted. The Motivate blend does what it says on the tin. So it's part of the Emotions Aromatics collection. It's one of the uplifting. I really love to use it. If there's something that I'm procrastinating about, and I don't often procrastinate now, I have to say, oils are so helpful for this. Motivate's really helpful if you're trying to focus on a project and you just need to get it done. Or I've heard lots of my lovely oils community say they use it pre-dog walk or pre-exercise workout. Basically anything that you want your energy to be lifted and you want to feel motivated for. So you will get this as a touch, which means it's ready diluted with a carrier oil, so you can just roll it on where you want it. So that is how I use all of the BOGOs. I hope that's been a little bit helpful. So they go live on Friday morning, Friday the 23rd of February. They will be live for as long as they are in stock. The promotion runs until the 29th, which I believe is the Tuesday afterwards. I am here for any questions that you have. If you're already in my community, then you can simply add these into your basket in your own account. There will be a way to add in a bundle, and when you add in a bundle, you get a free gift, which I believe is a really lovely bag. But you can also buy the individual pairings. So if you want the rose and geranium, you just add that into your basket. If you already are an LRP, so the Loyalty Rewards Program customer, make sure you edit your order to add these oils in. Why? Because you will then get points for your purchase. Now, for 256 PV, depending on where you are in the program, if you're on 10% back, you're going to get 25 PV back, which is equivalent to about £25 free worth of spend. And if you've been on LRP for a year, then you'll be getting 30% of that back, which off the top of my head is 75 PV. So that's £75 if you go for the full bundle. If all of this is gobbledygook, ask me about LRP. What it means is when you spend, you can get points back for that spend. And it is so worthwhile doing that with BOGO. So if you haven't yet set one up, talk to me and we can get one set up for this purchase. It really is worthwhile because you'll get points that you can spend on things next month. So that will be in March. So add them into your basket. Contact me if you've got any questions. If anyone wants to come and smell them and you're near me, I'm in Cambridge, feel free to come and have a sniff, especially any of the limited edition ones or ones that aren't already in your collection. I am so excited for Friday morning. Apparently they're going to be going live very early hours Friday morning. So if you're if you're a night owl and you're up Thursday night, you may well be able to add them into your basket before you go to bed. I know some people, it's a little tradition for them. They stay up so they can add them in, be the very first to get them. So I'm so excited to share the February 2024 BOGOs with you, how I use them. I'm here for any questions. Lots of love.